Hello and thank you for joining us on ERi-TV English News Broadcast, and do stay tuned for our domestic and international news for Thursday the 23rd of January from our headquarters in Asmara. I'm Heaven Johans, your news anchor for this session. Let's begin with the major headlines. Discussions on enhancing agricultural activities. Vocational training in Masawa. Alliance of Sahel states to form a unified force. And God foreign ministers meet in Washington. In our domestic news, Ms. Asmeret Abraha, governor of the northern Red Sea region, held discussions with residents of the Aurora subzone and commanders of the defense forces stationed in the area, focusing on the development of agricultural activities in the subzone. Highlighting last year's commendable water and soil conservation activities led by the Minister of Agriculture, Ms. Asmeret provided a briefing on the outlined development programs aimed at addressing the shortcomings in social service provision. The participants of the meeting commended the involvement of the defense forces and called for sustainable follow-up on the development programs being initiated. The participants also adopted various recommendations. In a related news, a potable water project in the Vocational administrative area, put in place at a cost of about 2 million nakfa, has been inaugurated. At the inauguration ceremony held on the 18th of January, Mr. Mengiz Woldu, administrator of the area, stated that the project includes 1 water reservoir and 4 water distribution centers. He also expressed appreciation for the contribution of the defense forces in implementing the project. Mr. Habtetzion Burhane, head of water distribution services in the northern Red Sea region, called on residents to conduct regular follow-ups to ensure the sustainability of the project. Mr. Omar Yahya, administrator of the Ginda subzone, noted that with substantial investment, 85% of the subzone's residents have now access to potable water. The Vocational administrative area is one of the 17 administrative areas in the Ginda subzone and is located 10 kilometers south of Ginda. In another news, the Masawa Vocational Training Center has provided theoretical and practical vocational trainings to 164 youth, out of which 41 are females. The training covered computer technology, computer networking, electronics, cooling and heating systems, metal and woodwork, as well as electricity. Engineer Akhlilu Asmerom, vice director of the center, stated that in addition to its regular programs, the center has also provided training on health safety and basic administration. Representatives of the trainees expressed gratitude for the training opportunity and affirmed their readiness to apply the knowledge they gained to improve their livelihoods. Commending the National Confederation of Eritrean Workers and the Training Center for their efforts in developing the vocational capacity of the youth, Ms. Asmeret Abraha, governor of the northern Red Sea region, urged employers to create conducive environments for trainees to further develop their practical skills. Since its establishment in 2017, the Masawa Vocational Training Center has provided vocational training to 1,300 citizens. National reserved land in the northern Red Sea region has significantly contributed to stabilizing environment and developing forests and wildlife. Mr. Taghlawaini Kidane, head of the Forestry and Wildlife Authority in the region, noted that increasing public awareness about reserved land has strengthened efforts to develop indigenous trees. He stated that the number of wild animals in the area is growing and emphasized the importance of ensuring their safety through strong follow-up measures. He also praised the role of the defense forces in these efforts. Mr. Taghlawaini added that tree seedlings from nurseries in Ginda and Nakfa are being widely planted with active public participation. He called for the expansion of smokeless ovens to reduce the environmental impact of traditional cooking methods. According to official documents, there are 107,000 hectares of reserved land in the northern Red Sea region. This wraps up our domestic news for this session. Dear viewers, we'll be back with the international ones after the short break. Welcome back. Niger, Burkina Faso and Mali in Africa's Sahel region will join forces to create a 5,000-strong unit to fight the jihadist violence that has for years plagued the nations, officials said on Tuesday. According to Niger's defense minister, the unified force will not only have its own personnel, but aerial, ground and intelligence means and a coordination system. Further noting that it should be operational within weeks and will provide security for the country's territories and people. The three countries already carry out joint anti-jihadist operations, especially in the region where their borders meet, where attacks are most frequent. After the three nations expelled French forces in their countries, opted out of the ECOWAS regional organization, and formed new alliances. In today's final report, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with representatives from the Quad Group comprised of the United States, Australia, Japan and India at the State Department on Tuesday. The meeting is said to be associated with the security of the Indo-Pacific region. The grouping has also pledged to advance cooperation in cybersecurity to protect supply chains and critical infrastructure, including undersea cables. For Australia, it will be important to secure assurances from Washington about the massive AUKUS defense project designed to allow Australia to acquire nuclear-powered attack submarines and other advanced weapons, such as hypersonic missiles. Officials from the Trump administration are coordinating another meeting of foreign ministers at the White House. The planned gatherings could potentially pave the way for an early summit of the Quad countries' leaders during Trump's presidency. Individuals in the know of the preparations indicated the possibility of a meeting between President Trump and Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba in Washington next month. China has denounced the Quad as a Cold War construct and says the AUKUS alliance would intensify a regional arms race. With this, we conclude our news for this session. Dear viewers, time for a quick recap of the major headlines. Discussions on enhancing agricultural activities. Vocational training in Masawa. Alliance of Sahel states to form a unified force. And Quad foreign ministers meet in Washington. This was The World on Thursday with ERi-TV English News Broadcast. Viewers, thank you for joining. It's officially a goodbye from us.